Times have changed, and in this video I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can start your own dropshipping business in 2022 and going on into 2023. This video is going to cover everything from product research to building a store around that product to advertising and marketing your business to actually getting sales and fulfilling your orders. So grab your popcorn and get ready. All right, so the first step is actually finding a great product to sell. Now, this is easily one of the most important parts throughout this whole entire ladder, just due to the simple fact that if you have a bad product, no matter how good your advertising or your website is, nobody's gonna wanna buy that, which is why I have a specific set of criteria for each product just so I could vet out the good and the bad ones. Obviously, you're not gonna find a banger product on your first try and you're gonna have to keep testing around, but having a criteria in place will help you filter out the horrible product. And the first one is don't reinvent the wheel. You don't want to go out, especially if you're a beginner, and find something brand new that doesn't even have proof of actually working and waste your time building out the store and doing all this stuff for something that you don't even know that works. Now, I will admit, however, if you are the first to bring something to market, you will have very, very big wins. But when you're just starting out, this isn't something that's realistic and you can lose a lot of money doing so. The next one is room for improvement. If you find a website or a product and you could see a huge room for improvement, whether it's their website, their creatives, or even they're using a worse version of the product, you can come into the market with a better creative, better website, or even better product itself and start crushing it. Now, the next one is the product solves a problem or has somewhat of a unique value proposition or some type of purpose to be used for. For example, the posture corrector is a great example of a product that is problem solving, but overall you want to make sure your product serves some sort of purpose or solves some type of problem just so that you can really hit on those pain points and you can go into it with the approach of the very, very basic, you have this problem and my product has the solution type of marketing. Now, the last one is making sure your product has a high perceived value so that it could be sold for at least 3 times more than the actual product cost. For example, this microphone right here, if you were to look at it, you could somewhat tell that this is worth somewhere in the hundreds of dollars without even knowing the price. So make sure your product could be sold for at least 3 times more than it's worth. And that really helps if your product has somewhat of a high perceived value and just doesn't look like a cheap dollar store product. All right, so now that we have somewhat of a criteria and direction and what to look for in these products, how do we actually find products that we can actually sell? I'm going to be going over a couple of different ways, but the first way, which is completely free and anyone can do from their phone, is using the actual TikTok app itself. And what I mean by that is open up the TikTok app and we already see Tate on our For You page. I thought this man was canceled.
I don't feel canceled. Do you feel canceled? Do I look canceled?
All right, anyway, pretty much click this search button right here and search up TikTok made me buy it. And it should come up right here and you will be able to see just a bunch of videos with that specific hashtag. Now, this first video right here has almost 400,000 likes, 1,600 comments, and the page is actually very, very new. Let's see when they posted. 4 days ago. So they posted this video 4 days ago and they have almost 500,000 likes. This video has a total of 6.1 million views and they're pretty much selling this automatic door closer right here. And they're selling it for $8. I'm not sure how much they're getting it for, but you guys can see that this was posted 4 days ago and it already has this many likes. TikTok is a very, very crazy way to explode your business. And this is a product that you can actually hop onto. So this is just one hashtag. Obviously you can go into these videos and click these other hashtags like must have or gadget, and just a bunch more products will show up. So this is the first way of finding products. This next one's pretty cool. You go to facebook.com/ad/library, and this pretty much takes you to a library of active Facebook ads that are currently running, which is very, very powerful because what you could do is go to all ads right here in the category and search keywords like 50% off today, because this is a pretty common keyword that other dropshippers use. So once we search this, you guys can see that a bunch of ads will pop up. And most of these will be dropshipping. Obviously, some of them aren't dropshipping ads, but you can sort of tell which ones are the dropshipping ones. For example, this one right here, and you could see that it shows when it started running, if it's active or inactive, and how many ads there are for this exact creative. The higher this number is, the better, and also make sure it's active, of course. So what you want to do once you're on this page is simply scroll until you find something that catches your eye. Now, this could be something that's different you've never seen before, and obviously this comes with experience. For example, if I were to see something, I could personally tell if it's a washed product or if it's something that's worth testing. But if you're just a beginner, you want to keep scrolling. And what I like to go is just something that you may not know what it is. For example, like this thing right here, relaxation pillow. You could click on the page and actually go to its exact ad library, which will then show all the ads that this page is running. This is now the ad library for this specific page, and you can see they're running 6 ads to this right here. And let's just simply go to the website and check out what it is that they're actually selling. So they're selling this foot massager for 50 bucks, and it is 100% a dropshipping store. And it looks like they just started testing this product since it is September 13th today. So I would probably bookmark this page, come back a few days later, check it out. And if they're still running it, this might be a product that you could try running. And you can also see you could get it for 5 bucks on AliExpress. It looks pretty high quality. And these guys right here are selling it for 50 bucks. I think that is a little too high. You can start by going a little lower, but this was just an example of what you could do. All right, let's say you have some type of budget to work with and you can afford paid tools. Here are the 2 paid tools that I mostly use. You guys can see with this one, you can filter by the country, the call to action, the platform, just all these different options. And you guys can see this ad right here has 75,000 impressions and also 1,200 likes. And this sort of shows proof of concept. You can go to their store and pretty much see what type of marketing they're doing. So they're selling it for $1. And if we actually go and add this to cart, in the back end, charging for shipping, so my total comes out to $9.41, which still is pretty low ticket, but this is an offer that's currently working for them. This is an ad that captivates attention, and they must be profitable if they're still running it. Now there is just a bunch of different ads. Not all of these are dropshipping, but you can scroll through and choose one that catches your eye once again and meets the criteria. Now, the next tool is by my team over at Bands Off Ads, which is called Bands Box, and it pretty much just is a box of products, one new product every single day, with the video ad, thumbnail, description, Amazon supplier links, competitor links, and pretty much everything you need for each product. So you guys can see we could scroll through the few products that were listed here, and I'm just going to click on this shark slide one. You guys probably already know what this product is, and we could view the competitors ad and pretty much see how they're actually running these. And then you can also go over and download the video ads that are already made for them. And we also have the competitor store link right here, so you can visit what the competitor is doing, and the AliExpress and Amazon supplier link. And if you guys want to join Bands Box, I'll leave a link below for you guys, and you can pretty much have access to all these products and one new product every day with pretty much everything that I mentioned. But without further ado, now it's time to create a website around the product we found. So I'm just going to create a site for these shark slides, and let's get right into it. Right, so as far as the type of store, whether we're going to do niche, general, or one product, I like to do a mild hybrid, and in between I'll show you guys an example. But we don't want to go too general with something like this, just because that this is a very old style, and people seeing a bunch of products almost brands it as a Dollar Tree or some type of dollar store, and really puts a low perceived value on every product. If you have nail clippers right here and you have pants and a makeup bag right here, it really doesn't look too professional. And we also don't want to try too hard and make a full branded one product store, which, don't get me wrong, is a very nice type of store to actually create if you have 100% confidence that the product is going to work and you sort of really just want to start out by branding it around it. However, if you're just beginning, I like to create what I call a hybrid store, meaning the store name doesn't really have a meaning, and you can attach any product that ends up working to the store name. So for example, Shop Revo. The word Revo has no meaning, just like the word Netflix has no meaning. But once we find a product that actually works, we can remove all the junk products and brand the word Revo around whatever we're selling. So we could call it the Revo Shark Slides. Hopefully you guys understand what I mean, but let's go ahead and start the store creation process. And I highly recommend you guys just do this along with me. So we're going to create the Gmail of the store first. You don't want to use your personal account. So I'm going to go ahead and call it Shop Revo. And let's go ahead and do the same thing, and let's choose our password and click next. So now you want to fill in all of this info. I'm just going to put some random info, and I identify as an airplane, so we're going to put that, and none of these, and click next. All right, so now we are going to click agree. So our Gmail is now completed for the store, and we are going to copy the email right here so we could use it on Shopify. And speaking of Shopify, go ahead and use the link in the description as you're creating the store along with me, just because you guys are going to get an insane deal with Shopify if you use the link below at an insanely low cost. So we're going to paste the email here and click start free trial. And it should take us to a page where it asks us for the store name. So I'm going to go ahead and type in the store name, Shop Revo, and click next. And you'll have to fill out a few things. I'm going to skip through this. And now once you're on this page, hit continue with email and create yourself a password. and we should be good to go. And now we wait for Shopify to cook up our store, and then I'll go in depth on how you can actually create your store. All right, so our store is complete. So what we're gonna do is click pick a plan, just because the store has a password on it if you don't end up picking a plan. And we're gonna go ahead and choose this billing cycle and fill out all of this information and click add credit card. And now just click confirm and subscribe. All right, so now that we're subscribed, we want to go into the online store, go to preferences, and right here you guys can see your online store is password protected. We want to remove that now that we are able to, just because we added our card, and click save. Okay, so now your store is open for business. Obviously, we still have a little bit of things to edit, and I'll go over that. So the first tab right here is the home section. And once we start getting sales, this is where all the analytics and pretty much everything that you've seen online from people showing their results, this is where that shows up. The next one is the orders. This is where all of your orders will show up. Now, you necessarily don't have to fulfill exactly within here if you are using a third-party app, which I will show you later on. And the next one is products, and this is pretty much where you can add new products. Again, if you're not using a third-party importer, which again I'll show you. And we have inventory, transfers, collections, which you can pretty much use to organize products into different groups or collections. We have gift cards, and the next one is customers. You can pretty much just see everything customer related in a single place, as it says here. Finances, this is just a breakdown of your monthly billing and all this stuff with Shopify, with the apps that you use. And if you are using Shopify payments, you will see your payouts here. Analytics is pretty much where you could see everything as far as your business goes, whether you want to see your conversion rate, how many people are on your store, the customer return rate, everything is here. Reports is pretty much just the same thing, just a breakdown. Live view, we can actually see where people are visiting our website from. And once you start seeing sales come in, this is one of the coolest sections to be on, having it open and seeing all the sales go through and all the visitors looking like little ants around the world. Marketing, you don't really need to use this unless you are doing email marketing through the Shopify platform itself. Discounts, here is where you can create any discounts you want, whether it's for a retargeting ad or whether it's for an influencer you want to do. This is where you could do all that. Online store, we have themes. This is where you can edit your store and customize pretty much everything on the front end and back end. We have blog posts. Blog posts is pretty much where you could create blogs. Obviously, pages, we're going to want to create a few more pages here later down the line. Navigation is pretty much the footer and header menu on your website so that people can click track your order and track their order. Preferences, this is actually where we are going to start at. So for the homepage title, you want to put your store name. So I'm going to put Riavo, and you could put a meta description. So now obviously I'm putting something random here, but you want to put something about your store in this meta field so that when people search up your store on Google, they could actually see this right below the store name. And we're pretty much done here. You can click save. And now what we want to do is go over to the pages right here, and we want to create a few pages. So we're going to click add page right here. And the first page we want to create is the contact us. So we're going to type in contact us, and then paste this template that I will leave in the description below for you guys. Now you can obviously download apps and make a whole contact form, but when you're just first starting, this should do right here. Click save. Now we want to create another page, and this page right here will be the track your order page. Now we don't want to paste anything directly in here. We want to go to this show HTML and paste this code here, and you can see there is an automatic tracking right here. Again, you can get apps for this, but when you're first starting, this is pretty much all you need. Let's go ahead and save this. Now we want to create another page, and this one will be the shipping and delivery, and we are going to just simply paste this right here and click save. Last but not least, we are going to add an FAQ section and simply paste this in. Again, all this stuff will be in the description for you guys. So we have pretty much all of the pages we need. There is a pre-made contact form here, so we can click delete on that. And now we should be good. Now we want to go over to the navigation section and pretty much assign each of these pages that we created to the menus. So we can go to main menu, and we can change this to shop instead of catalog so that people can shop. Add menu, and go ahead to pages, and we are going to just add the track your order. Click add. We are going to add the contact us right here, and I'm going to reorder it so it's like this, and click save. Now we want to go over to the footer menu. So this footer menu right here is going to be the menu on the bottom of your website. We're going to click add menu. We're going to click pages, and here we want to add pretty much everything just so that when they do scroll, they have all of the options readily available to them. I'm gonna go ahead and add everything. All right, so I added pretty much everything here and click save. Now we have actually one more menu to add. We're gonna click add menu, and we're going to call it policies. Now what we want to do here is go ahead and click the settings. Make sure you open it in a new tab, and with these settings we're going to go to the policies at the bottom, and we're just going to click create from template for each of these ones. So create from template and create from template. So your home address will show in these templates. So what you want to do is Control F your home address and make sure you delete it anywhere that shows. Now we simply want to click save and go back to our menus, click add menu, and click on policies, and simply add all of the policies that you just created. So privacy, refund, and terms of service. And now we just click save. All right, so now that we're completed with the navigation, what we want to do is go into the settings tab right here, and I'm going to go over what you need to do with each of these tabs. So store details is pretty much store details. Plan, you don't need to touch. It's simply your Shopify plan. You could choose to upgrade or downgrade it later. Users and permissions is where you can add friends or family or whoever is helping you manage your business right here, and you could choose to give them access to specific things. Payments is where you can actually start intaking payments from outside customers by using Shopify payments, Stripe, PayPal, Amazon Pay. Just all the different payments are over here, and you could set that up on your own time. For checkout, we actually do need to set up a few things. So we're going to go ahead and scroll down and click require first and last name. It makes it easier. And for shipping address, phone number, we're going to make that optional. And tipping option, you don't want to check that because I found it does reduce conversion rate. However, you can test this option. This will pretty much allow customers to leave tips for you. Or after an order has been paid, make sure it's on don't fulfill any of the orders automatically. For marketing, those will be set up in different apps later on. And we are pretty much good to go. You want to click save. And now we are going to go to shipping and delivery. So over here, you want to click manage right here. And once you're here, you want to pretty much remove all of these shipping options. So we're going to go ahead and click delete for everything. And for the US, we want to click add rate. And we're going to click custom flat rate and call it free standard shipping. And for the price, we want to leave it at 0. And you pretty much want to do the same thing for the rest of the world right here. Now we have free shipping set up. Obviously, you can go into here and add your own conditions. So for example, if the item price is anywhere from $5 to $10, you can charge an extra $4 for shipping and call it express shipping, and add that as an option. So you can play around with whatever you want depending on the countries and the costs and everything that apply to you for when you're shipping out products. But when you're just starting, free shipping is nice to have. So we're gonna click save. All right, now we're gonna skip a few of these because they're not necessary. For domains, we're actually gonna buy a new domain, and you could do this later on or whenever you actually launch your store. And this also doesn't have to be purchased on Shopify. You could purchase it off a different platform and connect it. But for the simplicity of it, I always like to purchase it off Shopify. So we're gonna go ahead and see if our domain's available, which it is for $15 a year. We're going to go ahead and click buy, and we're not going to renew this. So now we should have shopreavo.com. So now once your domain is purchased, you will get an email to your Gmail, and we can go ahead and verify the domain by clicking right here, and then simply click verify information, and our domain will be verified and registered within a few minutes. And we'll just wait this out. For brand, we can edit all of this info later on in the customizations. For notifications, you could choose what notifications you want to get. Usually I don't touch this. For meta fields, you can define all this stuff, and this is good for SEO and for Google. Files, you don't really need to do anything here. Languages, pretty much nothing. And policies, we already went over. All right, so most of our backend is complete aside from the actual front end and the design and the logos of the store. What we want to do now is go into apps and type in de-essers. And it will be this orange and white text looking one. So we want to click add app right here. And once this is added, we can actually import the product directly from AliExpress into our own store. So we're going to click install app right here, and then click create an account for you right here. And we just want to click the free one and click get started, link to AliExpress. And you want to log in with your AliExpress account here. And we should be able to connect AliExpress and de-essers completely together. All right, so this is what de-essers looks like, and this is pretty much where all the fulfillment will initially be happening. Later on, once you get more orders, you want to move to a private agent. So we're gonna go ahead and type in shark slides and see if we can find this right here. All right, so we have the shark slides right here. Obviously, you can look around. I'm just gonna add this one and click add to import list. And then you want to go to import list right here. And what you can do before you actually import it is click edit product and rename it to something simple, shark slides. You don't want to add it to any collections. We have a lot of variants, so you can select the type of variants that you want. And just for simplicity, I'm going to remove all of these variants except for one and then come back. All right, so now we only have the gray ones. We're going to go ahead and click push to Shopify right here. And then we want to check these two boxes right here and click push to Shopify. And now this product will be imported directly from DSers onto our Shopify store, which we can then customize it and edit it more later on. Now, once we go into Shopify, we can go into products right here, and we can see the first product was imported. So we're gonna wanna rename this to something very, very nice and not this whole thing because it's really not appealing. So we're gonna go ahead and name it the Revo, and then I'm gonna call it the Comfy Shark Slides. All right, so the product page is complete. I pretty much copied a different store doing this just for the sake of time, but however, this is something that you should actually take inspiration from and structure your descriptions and also variation titles and images this way, because it is just a very nice, clean way of presenting things. So for example, we have the headline right here. You just want to put something very important or attention grabbing right here, or one of the biggest benefits of your product. This store just had as seen on TikTok, so that's what I put for mine. And then just a brief description about the product and what it has to offer, a nice GIF right here, just that people can visually see the product, another headline and description, another GIF, another headline and description, and pretty much this is the structure you want to follow for your descriptions as well. We have these nice clean images, and as far as the names, you can see that we have brilliant blue, mountain ash, matcha green. It's not just green, yellow, blue, or whatever. Same thing with that Apple does. Space gray, frost white, or whatever the color may be, they have some sort of touch to it. And now that we click this little eye icon right here, we can actually go to the store. Once we click shop, obviously the store isn't complete, but we have the product visible and ready to purchase. So the description is here, everything is here. Obviously we still just have to edit the store itself. All right, and circling back to the apps, there is one more crucial app that I recommend, but everything else is pretty much optional. In my course, which you can find in the description, I do go more into depth setting up apps as far as increasing conversion rates, upsells, downsells, cross sells, and just way more into depth, just because I can't make this YouTube video an hour long. But for when you're just starting, you don't really need that much. So we're gonna go ahead and get this one more app. It is called A Reviews. And the reason I love this app compared to the other apps is just because you can import Amazon reviews onto your store directly with the images and everything that it comes with. So we can click skip once we are actually in the app right here. Now, the only thing with this is if you want to import Amazon reviews, you will have to pay for their plan. So that's what I'm going to do right now, just for the sake of showing you guys. So we're going to subscribe to this middle plan right here. It is $7 a month, and simply paste the Amazon link for this product. So if, for example, if we're going to use this one, we can copy the link, paste it in here and click import, and then we're going to go ahead and click submit. And this is going to pretty much fetch the reviews, and you can pretty much see we have the 5 stars right here with just a bunch of reviews as well as images included with them, which is very nice. All right, so now that pretty much everything is done, we can now beautify our store, add logos, colors, images, and all that fun stuff. I'm going to use the Dawn theme, which is preloaded onto every Shopify account initially, and you can also explore other free themes. The Sense theme is actually really good, and you can also use the paid themes as well that they offer, but if you're just starting, it really doesn't matter. What we're actually going to start off with is go ahead and create the logos. So if you don't have Photoshop, you can use Canva, but I'm just used to Photoshop, which is why I'm going to use this as an example. Center it once again. Remove this background right here, click export and save this image. All right, now that we have our logo, we can go ahead and click customize right here, and we'll be taken to the actual Shopify store. So for the announcement bar, we can just change it to free shipping today only. And then we can also go to the header and upload our logo right here. All right, so here is our logo, and you can see it uploaded right there. Select, and we can change the size of it, and we always want to make sure we know it looks good on mobile as well. So make sure you look at the mobile view and adjust it so that it looks good on mobile. All right, before we change the colors and everything, I want to change this banner. You can actually use this inspector tool, so you can click and edit, or you can turn this off and manually select them right here. I think this is faster, so I'm going to stick with this. For this image right here, you could just pretty much choose anything, and most people aren't going to land on the homepage itself, so this doesn't really matter. However, we still want it to be something clean, so I'm going to go find something general where it pretty much fits anything and upload the image. And we don't need anything special here for now, so I'm going to change the banner height to medium just because this is a little too big. And for the text, you can just put whatever you want here. I'm just going to put shop with style, And then we're just going to edit this right here. Now, obviously, you can change this to whatever you want, and you could tailor it to be directly correlated to the product. Now, for the talk about your brand, you can pretty much say 1,000 plus orders shipped just as social proof. We have been in the and just pretty much fill this in with whatever you'd like. And then for this collage, we're just going to simply hide it because we don't want that shown. We don't want this video here. Obviously, you can fill this in with whatever you want. You can add testimonials here if you want, and we just have names here, and obviously fill it in with obviously you could just fill this up with whatever you want. It doesn't have to be anything special. I'm just sort of showing you guys how to move around the Shopify. Now for the footer, what we want to do is go ahead and click this one right here and change this to the policies one, just so we have all the policies here. Click save and rename this to policies. For our mission, I'm just going to simply put this thing right here, and you can have your footer email right there. All right, so we're pretty much done. Obviously, you can pretty much switch this banner page to the product if you want to. You can make this customized to your store itself, and each and every new product that you test, you can switch the banner if you would like. And also this product right here, so we can click add section and add a featured product right here, and we can actually add our shark slide as the main option, and then remove the collection just so that this is the only product that people see. And we pretty much want to remove this share button right here because that's not necessary. And to make this more cleaner, we can make it a drop down just so that it's not everywhere. And we pretty much have the home page set up. Now we want to go to the theme settings, go to colors, and we want to set a color theme for our website. So this color right here already looks pretty clean. I'm probably just going to stick with this. We're going to go to the product page just so that we can see. We want to have the default black and white, and then have just an accent color, which in this case I'm using this type of blue, which you can see right here. Now for the product page, there are things that you have to edit on here as well. So we're going to remove this share button right here because we don't want people getting distracted and sharing and liking and all this stuff. For materials, we want to click delete. You can actually fill this out with your return policy, so you can pretty much enter this, and now people can click this and look at the shipping and returns. For the dimensions, we don't really need this, so we're going to click delete. And care instructions, we don't need this, so we're going to click delete. Now image with text, you could fill this all out, you can have fun with it, but for the case of this, I'm just going to delete, and we'll just keep this just for now, and we should be good to go. I'm going to remove this at the top right here and just hide it just because we don't need that. And what I also like doing is clicking add block text and move this right above the price, so it should be right here, and we can do 50% off plus today. And I like to add this little truck emoji right here, and we should be good to go. Now I'm going to change this to drop down again just so it's a little more clean, and let's play around with the font. So I'm going to go to theme settings, hide the colors, let's go over to typography. Now let's go ahead and choose a clean font for this store. All right, so I like this Rubik font and it looks pretty clean, and we are now pretty much set with the product page. What we need to do next is click add to cart and then click checkout, and we want to change our checkout logo. So we're going to go down to checkout, click on logo, and select our logo. We're going to change this to center, and medium should be good. So we have medium, and change our button colors to what our store was, which was this color right here, and click on save. All right, once that's done, you want to go to cart right here on the theme settings and choose a page, just because for the actual pixel, we want to choose page so that the pixel can register once somebody added to cart. Now you can add a favicon, which is basically this little logo right here. It's not gonna look that nice, but we're just gonna fill it up, and we are going to save. So we are pretty much done with the front of the store. This isn't a crazy theme, so it doesn't look anything crazy or branded or professional, but this is what works. Especially if you're just initially testing, this is more than enough. So now here's the store, and we can pretty much see that we have our home page. We can click shop and go to the product page, and we have our product page with the reviews and the footer right here, and everything is pretty functional. All right, congratulations, our store is now open for business and we're ready to sell once your payment processor and everything like that are set up. Now let's say this product fails. What do you do in that case? You simply add a new product, change this banner right here, change the featured product right here, and you should be good to go. Now your store Riavo is made for a posture corrector or some cat toy or whatever product you decide to sell. So this is the beauty of the hybrid store and why I like it so much. And now how do we go about actually marketing this store? We have everything complete and now we just need people to start rushing over and purchasing our product. Right, so the first method of actually driving traffic and getting sales to our website is by the name of paid advertising. Now this will obviously cost you money, hence the name paid advertising. And this is pretty much anything from Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, heck, even Billboard or MySpace ads. And if you do plan to go this route, I highly recommend you have at least $1,500 to $2,000 saved, just so that you are comfortable with spending the initial 50 to 80 bucks a day when you're first testing out products. Now I do have full videos going over exactly how you can run Facebook ads and also exactly how you can run TikTok ads. I'll link those videos below for those of you who want to see a more in-depth process. However, I am going to simplify it in this video. Let's say you do decide to go the paid advertising route. The first thing you actually need to do is get a video made for your product so that you can actually put it out onto TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram. And this is the video that we're going to be using to actually promote your product. Now, since we actually don't have the product with us, there's a few different ways you can go about this. You can search on YouTube, AliExpress, hit up your supplier for videos of the product. And once you obtain all the different footage of the product, you can actually just chop it up, edit it nicely, add some music, add some scripts, and make it into a nice video that is presentable as an ad. If you don't know how to edit or don't have the software and you just don't want to do all this work, you can outsource it, for example, to someone like my team over at Bands Off Ads, which essentially all they'll need is the AliExpress link and they'll pretty much do the rest of the work for you, from finding footage, making thumbnails, writing out the script, and pretty much all that. Now, once you have the creatives, you simply want to go into whatever ad platform of your choice, create a campaign, and make sure its objective is for conversion. Now, once you're at the ad set level, this is where you can actually start creating who you want to target and who your audience is. Now, you want to do some market research before you get to this level. However, usually the countries, you could just set US for targeting. For the ages and gender, you could leave that pretty much broad. And for targeting, you can keep some very broad, or you can go more into depth and find these pockets of audiences. For example, for the product shark slides, you can target people who are into slippers or sandals as one of the ad sets. Then once we get to the creative level, you can simply upload the creative you have and voila, you have now published your ad. Now you want to make 5 to 10 duplicates of this ad set and simply change one small variable. So let's say you targeted slippers for one of the interests. In the next one, you could target slides, or in the next one, you could target shark. And then you just want to let this run for at least 2 days and see the results. Now, obviously this was a summary. I do have 2 full videos if you guys want to check out for Facebook specifically and TikTok as well, which I'll leave linked below. Okay, so that was the paid advertising side of things, but let's say you're dead broke and you don't have any money to afford for paid marketing and start paying for advertising. Don't worry, I still got you guys. Now, this method does take a little bit more work, but you're essentially spending your time for traffic rather than spending money for traffic. So it's a great way to start for beginners, and that is using TikTok organic. Now, if you guys noticed, the business I showed you guys in the beginning was actually doing TikTok organic, and you guys can see here they are getting views. This video got 6.7 million views in only a matter of 6 days for completely free without spending a cent on advertising. How they actually did this was order the product from Amazon to their home and start recording content.
Oh, like, are you making content?
For the product. Now, you will have to be consistent with this, and for them it seems like their first video hit, but this is a way to drive traffic completely free to your store. So the way we can actually replicate this for ourselves is create a TikTok account, call it whatever your store name is, upload a nice profile picture. In this case, I just have a private test account here, and simply what you want to do is just click this plus button right here, and you guys can see this is the camera that's recording me, and then start recording content for your shark slides. So as you can see, I just shot a few clips of me with the shark slides, and I'm just going to edit it in a TikTok format. And here is the final result. Now, obviously you want to make yours way more entertaining than this and actually implement some controversy or some type of wow factor so that people in the comments go crazy and start reacting to something that you maybe said or something in the background of the video. But this was just a simple example of what you can do. So here's the video right here. And just make new pieces of content every day. I would recommend you post at least twice a day, and hopefully you start getting a video that pops off and start getting sales. Now, I actually did this whole entire process in one of my other videos, so if you want to check that out, you can. But let's say you used one of these methods and you got your first sale. What now? Now, first of all, congrats on getting your first order. Now, if you didn't get your first order, still watch this section so that you know how to actually fulfill orders when they come in. However, this is a test order I just placed right now. How it will actually look once you get an order is once you go to this orders tab, you'll see your first order right here, and you can see the name of the person with the total and the status of the order. Now, for my personal supplier, I add to my actual Shopify store and they directly fulfill within Shopify. However, if you are just starting out and you are still using the DSers app, what you can do is open the DSers app and simply go into the open orders right here and then go into pending, and you can simply fulfill all of the orders at once directly from here. This will be fulfilled with AliExpress, so you will have to pay AliExpress, or if you are using other fulfillment companies, you can do that as well. But if you don't have your first order yet, or you haven't even started your store, and get to work, bro, you got some work to do. Also, don't forget to click that red little subscribe button below. Peace.